Hey guys, welcome to World's Dishes and another session of Cook and Talk. Today I'm in Serbia, in Belgrade, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Natalia.
Hi, I'm Natalia. Nice to meet you.
And to Slatja.
Hello.
Both are working in the hostel and just living in the Backpackers Lounge. And today we want to cook something for you. But first let's talk about the cuisine in general in Serbia. So my question would be, what are traditional dishes here in Serbia and what is it all about?
Yeah, well, thank you first of all for being our guest, and thank you for being so good in this what you do, and I'm glad you have this good idea about World Kitchen. That's very nice, that's what I like. And yeah, Serbian kitchen is, the mixture of Austrian influence, of Turkish influence, of Greek influence. So in general, kitchen in Balkans is more or less has the same idea, which means that people love meat here. They adore barbecue, especially in south of Serbia. So you will probably hear when you come to Balkans, pljeskavica, cevapi, which is of course meat, and it's very hard to be a vegetarian in Serbia.
Okay.
But we do love vegetables as well, and my dishes do contain a lot of vegetables as well as a lot of sorts of meat and different sorts of meat, different sorts of cheese. For example, we have here the cow cheese, which is probably, I would say, the most popular here, but also you can take products like milk, products of the sheep as well, and we also have yogurt. That's not that common, I would say, in Western Europe, because you can drink yogurt here, so it's more like fluid, and pavlaka, for example, that's more similar to sour cream, and all these ingredients really participate in all these sweets we eat here, then all these different dishes our grandmothers used to prepare. And nowadays, of course, Serbians, Serbs are more into facile kitchen because they tend to eat less, fat, less pork than before. But still, that's something we're famous for: the barbecue, goulash, and so many different dishes which are still unique and maybe attractive for the foreigners.
Right.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for your explanations. I think
You're
it's
welcome.
becoming really clear that there's a high influence of the surrounding countries,
Yeah.
but still there are really traditional dishes here. And I read something about the paprika, which we're going to prepare today, and that you cultivate paprika in the south of Serbia, and so that's why we have a really high quality here. And maybe you can explain something about the dish we are preparing today and what's so traditional about it.
That's my favorite dish.
Okay.
So, I don't want to talk. We're gonna
Yeah.
show you how to.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going to, yeah. Well, Slatja loves peppers or paprika, yeah. So here we have, oh, by the way, this is not the war kitchen. I just kind of hit my elbow a little bit, but I'm fine. And peppers are, we have all sizes of peppers. For example, these are good for preparing stuffed peppers because they're big, they're wide, they're deep, and then I don't eat meat, so I prefer having rice in this pepper. Slatja loves meat, which is here, so Slatja may show, we have some beef here with rice, so that will be the filling for our peppers. Of course, there are the small peppers as well, like chili peppers. This pepper in the illustration is the one which is chili, of course, and horgosh is the borderline between Hungary and Serbia, so the name of the border. And that's basically the evidence of the influence of Hungary to Serbian kitchen. Ayvar is very popular here. It's basically like a sauce. Usually we had to, at a hostel, foreigners buying ayvar and preparing spaghetti
Oh, really?
with it, thinking it's tomato, but no, this is very chili, so it's good as maybe some kind of additional taste to your food. Not really, you can't eat just straight unless you're very tough. Okay. And we can add ayvar to any meat, we can add it to any vegetable. Today we can prepare these peppers and then put a bit of ayvar aside. And it is really, hot. It makes you cough sometimes, it is too hot. But this one is middle, I would say. So it's really good as an additional ingredient for any meal. Yeah.
Nice. And then we got tomatoes here and bread and water.
That's right. Well, we will use these tomatoes as like the little hats for our peppers. So that will be the top of the pepper, and the filling will be the meat with rice here, and straight rice, of course, for vegetarians. And also, it's good when you avoid meat for people who do fasting in Serbia. People who do fasting in Serbia do it for the religious reasons. So before Christmas, before Easter, we have this, long fasting, and then you can go to church in the end and do pričešće, which means like the purifying after this fasting. You then go to church and have a bit of church bread, and then after that you can have a Easter egg or Christmas chicken. So yeah, that's just for the religious reasons. But it's also healthy, I would say, from time to time. Just usually people do it on Wednesday or on Friday if they follow this like church calendar. So that's also one of the customs of Orthodox Serbs. Yeah, and of course a combination of any vegetables can really make a good dish, like đuveč, and then you may or you may not put meat in it. But now I think Slađe could maybe put a bit of this meat to this pepper, and then we can prepare it for the cooking. So we're putting some meat and some rice here. Looks nice. We got 250 grams of meat, which will be enough for the 2 big peppers, more than enough. And then of course we will prepare the little top for it. Tomato, here it is, yeah. So we'll put like this, like a little hat.
Okay.
And that's how it looks like. It looks very cheerful. Full of joy, yeah. Here we are, yeah. And beside, of course, we can put some cheese, but I prefer maybe cooking the peppers first and then putting some cheese, so it can give a bit of like freshness to this cooked meal. Then we can maybe even, what's my idea, but it's just, I would say a bit of my imagination, we can put a bit of ayvar here, and then make a nice combination of rice and ayvar. Why not? Just a little bit like this here, and then we'll stir it here. So I will mix a bit of ayvar and rice. It just won't be, you can put straight rice, of course, you can put a bit more tomato maybe, why not? But this will like my own recipe. So a bit of rice, a bit of ayvar.
It smells really nice, this Ivan.
Yeah, if you want to, you can try a bit. Yeah.
Well, I know it from Germany.
Yeah. No doubt.
You can buy it there.
Yeah.
Well, it tastes quite similar to really hot tomato sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives a good taste to anything you put it on, so
yeah,
it's a nice combination in this case.
That's true. And of course, use the spoon. I'm using a knife because we have this fork here with meat, so I don't want to mix meat and rice, because when you're a vegetarian you don't even mix a bit of smell or taste of meat.
That's okay.
And yeah, and Fatih will help me later to stuff these peppers again. And of course we will add some water here before we start cooking the rice. Or you can also add some oil. Usually I use olive oil. At the moment we ran out of it, so I'll put a bit of this one here. For this sisters. And then we'll add also a bit of Horlosh paprika here, so it's a little bit chili, and of course a bit of vegeta. People have vegeta here as well.
You put it in there already.
Yeah, in the dish here. Just wait a little bit. There we go.
Is it a mix of spices or what?
That's right. It's a mix of the spices. You see, we have a bit of onion, a bit of garlic, a bit of pepper, a bit of carrot. So it's really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's still left to do for us now?
Yeah, I think first we could maybe cook this meat.
Okay.
We put oil already here and some water and some spices. So we will cook this first and then put to this other pepper, some meat, and then we'll put the rest of the rice into peppers. We'll put little like hats made of tomato to the top, and we will cook it all together. And of course, then aside we will serve some fresh cheese and some bread. Okay, so we have stuffed peppers here inside, and we have some cow cheese on the top. We have some vegeta for the spice, so all sorts of veggies, and some rice as well as meat. So this dish contains meat and rice both, so it's not like typically vegetarian, but it's, you know, traditional, and some tomatoes as well. So we put on the top this cheese, which is kind of like our improvisation to this.
So guys, we just finished cooking, and thank you again for your time, for the cooking, for your explanation. It was really interesting to be with you here. And yeah, it smells really nice, and we should eat it before it gets cold. But yeah, let's just take a look quickly. You just explained to me there are two different ways of eating it. Like one is more like a soup. So
That's right. So who likes more soup, then he should definitely use the spoon for eating this here. But who prefers, like pepper and risotto aside, can also use the fork. And of course, some additional cheese, cow cheese, fresh cheese, some Ivan additional, and don't forget the bread. We love the bread in Serbia. This one is called grain.
okay, so I hope you liked the video, and if you want to recook it at home, you find the recipe as usually on worldsdishes.com, and I hope to see you soon again. So, bye bye.
Bye.
Peace, bye. Thank you, Carlos.